Hey guys, what's up? Let's get nasty here. With the patch notes for the 2.10 MedianXL season out now, we have our list of our free sets for the season. So, kind of wanted to just give my thoughts real quick on where they fall and what's going on with that. So, this will be a much shorter video. But let's get nasty. All right, so we got our sets here. Let's do this bullshit. And we got Zon, Storm set, Assassin. That is the Naginata set. Is that how you say that? Whatever. Big Game Hunter, which is the Throwbarb set. Kale Monath, which is the Poison Druid set. Tower Lord for Totem Necro. Synodides for Holy Melee Paladin. And Elemental Children, which is Light Sork. So, let's see how I want to do this. I'll pick. Well, first, let's talk about the sets. So, it's not technically a free set, right? It's going to cost you 8 ACs, which you can farm in normal meth or Neithalak. And you can get it from the Mirror Temple at 120, which is directly above Tranathula. And for these 8 ACs, you get 4 set pieces, so you get a complete set. Now, some classes don't need sets to function. Sets are just good to kind of get you from what you'll say is like early-ish middle game to like actually being able to do big boy stuff till you get your real items. Or some of the sets you can do most of the shit in the game with. So that's totally a benefit to save you TG, save you time, things like that. So that's good. And then some kind of like super synergized with the build. Some are kind of like build agnostic of sorts, like they're super generic, and some might not even work, I don't know. So to rank these, I don't know if I wanted to go in order or by process of elimination, but I'll start with what I think are the 2 best sets. And aside from maybe one other set, these 2, at least in my opinion, are miles ahead of everything else. Like, there's the S tier is actually an S tier. So we have a Zere's Divinity set, which is the Stormzon set. Now this set it's fucking ridiculous. This is right here. This is tied for, as of this patch, the tie for second best Amazon set. It's actually probably the second best Amazon set. The other one that would be in the running for that would be the Bloodzon set. But it gives you everything that you could possibly want for 2 different kinds of Stormzons. And like every stat you can want, which is why it's great. So there's 2 versions of Stormzon. There's a hammer version, which has 2 separate versions. There's a one-handed one and a two-handed one. The two-handed one doesn't play as a lightning build. That plays like a fizz build, and you need like specific things to gear it that aren't as easy as to get as a set. And then there's the Storm's on caster build, which it has a super long range nuke that you can cast from anywhere with a really low cooldown. And then the clear skill is it's like an AoE that randomly calls down that nuke. So this covers both of those. So we have skill levels. Supernova, that's just another proc. I mean, it looks cool and stuff like that. You have your flat damage, and crushing blow is good for your, if you were to do the melee hammy version. And you also have energy for the caster version and life after kill. So this benefits both builds greatly. This one as well, the armor piece, benefits both builds. You got combat speeds for both. You got lifesteal for the hammer version. Dex, which is good for both because it has block, and that gives you damage scaling for the attack version. And you got life, and it's not very heavy to wear. So anytime, stats are hard to come by early, so anytime you can get any sort of really good piece for right around or under 500 attribute, that's great. The helm, skill level is good for both. You got speeds for both, spell focus, damage for the melee, and more dex, which is, once again, I mean, that's a lot of block chance. Like, you get free. You get more base block chance, skills, block speed, lightning spell damage. The lightning spell damage, I don't remember if that actually affects the melee portion of it or not, but either way. And you get Fizz Res. You get 20k defense on a shield, which is way more than any other piece you're going to be able to wear, like, in the game at this point, that you can get for 2 ACs. It's ridiculous. And Fizz Res, and the requirements up from that. Then the bonus just gives you caster stuff, defense stuff, a better single target skill for the melee version, which is good because sometimes hammers are a little wonky when you're trying to single target. This set just kills. So for both hammer versions, you could do up to Faust with them, like in a breeze. You should be able to. The problem with Caster Storm's on is it's not the tankiest, because that path doesn't have a ton of tank stats, but it's good enough to where this set you can do Skuskglen in, and I mean that's like 135. That's getting to like the upper echelon of content that you want to do. I mean, there's a lot of builds that dream that they can do that, and you can do this in the set on 2 builds, and actually, because the way this works, this lets you pivot to other items that you would if you wanted to go to like other uniques and things like that. So this set is great. You're probably the second best one you're gonna get this season, only because the other ones, like, one of the best sets in the entire game. So once I find where I put my BS, this Storm's on set, that's S tier. I don't know if I'm going to order those or not, but. And then what do we have next? Let's go with probably what I think is the worst set. Alright, we'll just go in order. Actually. Spoiler alert. So Snake Pit, this is the Nagi Assassin set. This set's cool, and it does some stuff that's good for what the build does. And Nagi-Sen's kind of varies in like the ways you can play it, because you have the different ways passes where you can scale kind of what time of damage you want to do with it, or you can just stack all 3 of those to have the flat damage and use broadside and laser blade and stuff like that, and it works out really well. This does kind of have the weird thing where it's got the poison res and the hyena strike, where it's you don't really need that. You're not gonna play poison with this. I mean, I guess you could, but poison is more throw assassin. So I think that's like wasted stats. But if you look at it just for like, this is attack build, right? He's like broadside, maybe crucify, things like that. If you look at it from that perspective, it gives a shitload of damage. Like, you got a ton of flat, speed, deadly strike, which is not super easy to come by, skill level, speed, stats, skill levels, you know, stats, leech, another poison thing. But then when you get to the bonuses, you get more flat fizz, you get a good amount of res, you get sustain. Whoa there, buddy. You get a ton more flat fizz and a ton more DS. So you hit hard, you know? There's just some wasted stats. My problem with it is it doesn't give a lot of defenses. But the good thing about Assassin is she's super tanky. Like, you have Perfect Being and you have Prismatic Cloak, which are like two of the best passives in the entire game. Because Marco loves assassins. Shout out to Marvo. So it's good. I mean, it could be better, right? But if it was much better, it's going to crowd out everything else. Which normally sets aren't supposed to do that. So, given how much damage it gets and how much the class itself makes up for what you're missing, oh yeah, and you get more sustain. You got bloodbath. Assassin's just ridiculous, dude. It's probably the second best assassin set. Third. I'm gonna put it in A. Especially in terms of like what the season has. So what do we got? Barb. Barb is throw barb. So what am I doing? Throw barb is sets weird because throw barb has 3 different archetypes, right? It has like the fizz version. It has the IED version, and it has the poison version. Generally, later you want to stick to one of these types, right? Like, you don't want to split your stats all around. And generally, like the way the tree is, you kind of pick one of those to work with and focus on. And I mean, you can adjust later. But this is really one of those like agnostic ones where it does a couple things okay, but I think you're gonna want to lean into something specific, right? So let's see what it's got. It's got barb stuff. It's got lifesteal. The cool thing about lifesteal is that it works for the poison version where it gives poison damage instead of lifesteal, or if you use the fizz version, it's just lifesteal. I want to say that lifesteal also gives the lightning version innate damage, but I'm not too sure on that, so I'm just gonna drop that. The weapon, right, it's kind of following those lines. It's got innate of both fizz and lightning. It's got poison. These boots kind of suck, but... And then the armor gives you lifesteal too. So, I mean, you're getting a lot of lifesteal. Flat damage reduction's cool. Vit's cool. Oh my god, dude. Really? And then what do you get? You get more lifesteal, so that's going to bump up your stats and stuff. More lifesteal, more flat. That doesn't do anything. More life steal. Life, poison res, fizz res. You get like 15 fizz res. That's good. So, I mean, I think it gives you a little bit of a bunch of things, but it doesn't do anything super good. So, just gonna... Oh, actually, one more thing. The other thing I don't like just about this specifically is if you do play a poison build, generally you want to grab the other poison set, which is the weird set. But that is boots, belt, and amulet. Because that barb set has boots in it, you can't really wear the weird set, which I guess would be okay if you want the lightning or poison stuff, but I don't know how I feel about that. So, Barb has a ton of good stuff to make up for it. It's got a lot of good defenses and things like that. But, I don't know. I'd rather my set do one thing and, like, really, really good than a few things. So, I think for now I'm just going to stash Barb. I don't want to put it C. Because it's not a bad set. I guess I'll put it at B. I'm probably going to change that later. Okay, what do we got? Druid. So I incorrectly said earlier in the patch notes video that this was the seer set. This is not the seer set. This is the poison set. And with that, you get your minions, your, what is it, Vine Creeper or something. But it's basically all poison, and you don't take anything else, right? So you don't have a lot of stats you really need except for, you know, some minion stuff and poison caster, right? So with that being said, what do we got? We got caster, poison res, sustained defense, caster, poison minion, caster, poison defense, fizz, you know, res, whatever, poison minion, caster. These are a little weird. Druid does have some good stuff defense-wise in its kit, right? But I really actually do like this set for what it gives, where it gives everything that the build wants. Could it be better? Sure. But it's on brand, right? And I think that's about as good as you can ask for. It's not going to carry you super far. Actually, I think it might. Because, now, the reason this set gets to go higher as a poison build, because it's got boots free, it's got belt free, it's got amulet free. You can wear the weird set, and you're going to be banging shit. You'll be in scos, for sure. I'm going to put that in A tier. Where are you, my furry friend? That's above the Nagi set for me. Necro. I know what set it is, but I'm just thinking. Oh shit, Tower Lord. Yeah. So this is totem build. I don't really count the last set because it's hard to find. So we're gonna exclude the last set here. But this set is super dank. In the sense that it gives you everything you want, right? For the build. So you have 3 totems. You have your fire totem, you have your cold totem, and you have your lightning totem. So you need spell damage for those 3, or generic spell damage. You need pen, skills, spell focus, whatever. Necro gets tons of life, avoid, and some other stuff. I haven't actually played the tower tree, myself because I will never play totems. But this build fucks. Like, you don't even have to do shit for this build to be good. So, with that being said, if we're excluding the last set, this is most definitely... Malice isn't too bad. This is most definitely, outside the last set, this is the best Necro set. Like, by far. So you got your pen, defense, sustain, caster, Ellie, defense, caster, Ellie, defense, caster, spell damage. 3 all max res is really, really good because that's 12 sockets that you're saving that you could use for jewels or to get max res cap easier to push further into deeper content like Scots and things like that. And then you get minion stats. I don't remember if that's relevant. It probably has to be though. A huge amount of life. The amount of life you're not going to see on anything else. Skill levels, defense, spell damage, max res. Yeah, and this is something you can definitely get to Scott's Glen, 135 in the set. So, damn, I wasn't gonna put this in S tier, but it's S tier, dude. Wait, is this right? That's a shitty picture, bro. Alright, here, I'll hook you up, homie. Okay, Paladin. Synodides. Holy Melee. Fire Melee. Retaliate. It's a good set. It's on par for what you want. As in, it hits all the things the build wants, right? We want Fizz, we want Fire, we want like Fire Pen and stats. Paladin gets a lot of stats. Paladin gets also really, really good free stuff. So because Paladin's one of the stronger defensive options, we don't need a ton of defense on our sets, but we'll see what we got here. Skills, Fire, Fizz, Strength. See, strength scaling weapon, great. Flat, fire, speeds, good. Flat, good. Get hell strength. Speed, magic, okay. Fire, strength, MF. Flat, fire. That's a ton of damage too. Crushing blow, Ellie res, and we get more strength. Can't be frozen, which is hard to find. Not that that's like a reason to play the build, but that's, you don't see that very often in Median. More flat, more fire, more flat, more fire, more flat, more fire, more flat. Defenses, strength. So it's cool, and you get a ton of flat, additional flat fire from Holy Fire. So it's like a hybrid Fizz Fire build. I don't necessarily like the fact that there's not a lot of pen in here. I think there's some in the tree. I don't know if it's on Solar Flare or... Either way. I think you are good using this as a, it's a Fizz option. It's a Fizz set. It's a melee set. And it gives you what you want, but I don't think it gives you enough of the whole spectrum of the stats you want. It leans hard into maybe 2 or 3 things. But it's a good set. I mean, it'll get you places. I think that last time I played it, it was definitely, through FOSS through a while, so, you can get up to 130 with it. I don't think you can get to Scholars in this, but that doesn't make it a bad set. That just makes it not like a best in slot set. So I'm going to put it at B until I think some more. And now we have like top 3. Shit. I guess there's Spear right now, Claw. Top 5 set in the game, I guess, because Mana Sort set's good. Sork has like the greatest sets. But this set fucking is one of the best of the game. It gives you everything you need. It gives you a ton of it. It gives you stuff that the build shouldn't really have. And the set's fast. The build's fast. So we're going to want, Spell Focus, Lightning Spell, Lightning Pen, Energy, whatever defense we can get. Sork has really good defense in the Coven, so she'll get a lot of either Fizz Res or Fire. Fire Warmth, what the fuck? HP and stuff, and that's agnostic, so you can take that in any class. That's one of the benefits of Sork, but you have to like put points. You don't. The Covens are there like to be point dumps, so you're definitely gonna take them. So this, everything we want. Oh, and energy, because this build was recently changed to be an energy stacker. So the more attributes, aka energy, that you have, the more your skills are buffed above the 2,000 energy cap. So you want to keep stacking energy past that cap and get more damage. So energy is actually really big here too. So that's every set we could want. Spell, pen, skills, and energy, avoid, everything you want. Spell focus, spell, defense, energy, everything you want. Max mana is good too because it's mana hungry. This is a ton of all skills too, which is great. Everything you want. That's a huge amount of spell focus for a set for something that's going to cost you 2 ACs. Then you get more lightning pen, more attributes, cast speed, spell damage. I mean, so you get a couple hundred spell focus, almost 20 skill levels, if not more. The only thing that this lacks specifically on is lightning pen is a little low. You're only going to hit like 40 or 50, so you have to circumvent them somewhere else. But you get a crazy amount of defense for this. Everything you want. Now this set you can do skulls in a set, easy as heck. You can do, let's see what were people doing with it last season. You can do Samael, so the endgame boss in this set for 8 ACs plus some other items, which is like, that's the best thing you could possibly ask for, right? And it farms fast as shit because you can teleport around everywhere. You have superposition, you have everything. This is just like Zoomer, farm fast, make loads of money, sell it quick, do all the content. Like, that's it. This is the best for this season. Go here. These are in order. Let's reevaluate. These are in order. Honestly, this would probably be here if we're considering that this is next best set and this is Amazon's like second best because the spear set's so good. But I hate totems, so it's going down here, but it can stay in S tier. Druid's good. It gives you what you want. Trying to think. That's B tier. I'm gonna leave that there. She's, I don't know how I feel about Nagisa. I just want to put all these here. I don't know. These are basically on the same line, but these are your three best sets. These are beat 95%, actually, fuck that. Stormzon, in general, as a build, struggles in labs because she doesn't have enough defense in general for labs. She'll get eaten alive. You could probably go farther with the totem set. So even though I love Zon more, this is probably next best set, and I'll put him ahead. I hate this. Don't ever show me this video again. But yeah, these are your best. These are your moneymakers. These are all definitely playable. There's nothing like egregiously bad. Whatever. This will do. So that's what I think about the sets for the season for MedianXL 2.10 from the Crystal Temple. So you're not going to go wrong by picking any of these builds. It's just you might save yourself money and time by picking one or the other. But of course, fun becomes before everything. So make sure to have fun. Pick what you have fun with, and you'll never go wrong. So that's all I got for this video. Thank you guys, and I'll catch you dudes in the next one.